Well, good morning, good morning. It's 8:29. We're a couple minutes, 1 minute away from Coffee with Casper. Let me know that you're there. I can see that we're online on Facebook, so we're trusting we're on YouTube as well. How's everybody doing this morning? Aloha from Honolulu. Good morning from Hawaii. Good morning from Hollywood. We're nice to see you this morning. All righty. Good deal. We're 1 minute away. We're going to gong in. Casper's right over here. Coffee's right here. Good morning from North Carolina. All right. Nice to have you this morning. Checking in all over. Nice to see you. All right. It's Tuesday. It must be Coffee with Casper. All righty. Well, there's the 8:30 moment. We're just going to spend these 20 minutes together. Wherever you are in the world, we're glad to see you. Put your comments up on Facebook, and I'll say hi. Here we go. But let's take a deep breath in. Let out that sound. One more time. And now we're just going to give ourselves this 20 minutes to be together. Good morning from Sturgis out there in motorcycle land today. We're glad to see you this morning. All righty. Well. So the Olympics are over. It was an interesting event for those of us who have lived through Olympics before. Not like any we've really seen before. And yet what we saw was nations coming together, athletes from all over the world, and everybody doing their best to bring forth the best in the human condition. So that's good movement, particularly as we're, again, still dealing with the rise and fall of the activity of the virus itself. Good morning from Tucson. We're glad to see you this morning. So today I thought we'd really just, get off of the newspapers. I think one of the things that we have to be mindful of is that there's a tendency of the media, and this again, we all need information from wherever we're getting it, and we need to check our sources and use common sense. But it is true, and has been for a long time, that good morning, Elizabeth. Welcome. Elizabeth, I think, is in Norway. Welcome from Norway. So one of the things we need to be mindful is that the industry, the media industry is really, particularly the news industry, is devoted to fear. And so while we seek to be informed, and as I have told you, wonderful audience here and for Coffee with Casper, my wonderful lightworker colleague friends, that too much information is not necessary. What we know is that the mind repeats itself, and that 98% of what's going through our conscious mind is repetitive thoughts. So I often say, if you turn that around, you have about 2% chance of a new thought, meaning a thought you haven't had before, opening up to something greater and bigger. So again, my counsel this morning is we've all been well aware of the news. We're all up to speed on the news. And it is very important that you watch your intake on it, because the point of view is of scariness, to intimidate you, to cause you to want to absorb more and get more. And what that does is frighten our divine self, and that's not what we intend to do. So I wanted to take us on a totally different page today and share one of my favorite thoughts from the philosopher Ernest Holmes from the last century. And I love this thought because it's such a simple thought, and one that we might want to give some attention to. And here is the thought. You are born to have fun living. We'll just take a breath on that one. Could you imagine that the purpose of your life is to have fun living. Now, to the degree that you're not having fun, what would you do? How would you shift? What kind of changes would you make so that you made sure that you deliberately had some fun in this day? You were born. Now, it's not just fun, so let's keep going with the quotation, this thought from Ernest Holmes. You were born to have fun living, to consciously commune with the presence that is within and around you, to consciously commune with the presence that is within and around you, and to grow and expand forever. Wow. Casper, come on over here. Come on, say hi. What are you digging up over there? Come on, say hi to everybody. Come on, up, come on, up. Atta boy. There's Casper. Coffee with Casper this morning. We asked Casper, you're born to have fun living. He's a busy boy all the time. You're born to have fun living, to consciously commune with the presence that is within and around you. We'll come back to that communing with the presence because, as you know, as a light worker in the world, it is that direct communion between you and Source, between you and the One, between you and the field in which you are immersed. That is how you get the supra-intelligence to enter into your awareness as opposed to your personal intelligence. That which is divine intelligence moving in us and as us and through us, which will always bring about the highest result for everybody involved. And no personal self could possibly see from that vista. It's only that divine field that is one with everyone and everything that could possibly know all the information that you might need to know, or the particular information that you might need to know in order to be guided into the paths of right action so that you might have more fun, a deeper level of communion. And then the third part of it is to grow and expand forever. So here's the quote. You are born to have fun living, to consciously commune with the presence that is within and around you, and to grow and expand forever. Hello from New Hampshire. Nice to see you this morning. Let me know where you're watching from. Remember, this is Coffee with Casper. What we ask you to do is go to newthought.com, get on my mailing list so that I can reach you directly. That would be a wonderful thing. You could go to YouTube and subscribe just so that more and more people are getting an interest in Coffee with Casper, because we're here every week trying to bring forth, not trying, bringing forth information that can heal, uplift, inspire, and bring forth more life into your life and therefore into the lives of everybody who touches the arena of your experience. And soul by soul, one by one, light by light, candle by candle, we're bringing more light into the world. So here again, we go back to the quote. You were born to have fun living, to consciously commune with the presence that is within and around you, and to grow and expand forever. Now, what this emerges from is, if I am one with the One, if there is one power, one life, one intelligence everywhere present, that field of intelligence is E equals M. Energy and matter are equal and interchangeable. That would constitute all levels of form in every dimension of form, that this all life in all of its multiple dimensions is the same life. It emerges from exactly the same impulse, and that impulse is that intelligence witnessed itself as intelligent, witnessed itself as love, witnessed itself as beauty, and had no objectification to look back at it. So it birthed itself into creation, and that would be you and me, so that we could look at it, see it, honor it, appreciate it, and grow and expand into a higher understanding of the I am, of the self that I am, and my unity with the whole. And you can only take in just as much as you can handle. Here in Southern California, it has been warm. And my house, our house here, my wife and my house, was built in 1985. We've lived here for about 16 years now. And the original air conditioner is still working. It's required some repair along the way, some nurturing and encouragement in terms of giving money in and intelligence to those who know how to work air conditioners and bring it back to life. And the last round of that, we started to pop circuit breakers. The air conditioner would be on and a circuit breaker would pop. It would take out the power in half of the house, and then we didn't have internet, and I'd go flip switches, reset the circuit breakers, and it would come back on, and then it would draw too much power and pop again. And there was something happening in the circuit breakers where it was losing its resistance, its capacity to respond, because something in there had aged and melted and burned. So if you and I were to, the reason I tell you that story is if you and I were to all of a sudden get the full realization of who and what we are, it would overload the circuits. We have to grow gradually in our awareness, expanding our capacity to receive that which is good, to receive insights, to receive understanding, and to expand that capacity daily, gradually, so that we don't flip the circuit breakers of our own awareness and our own understanding. The reason that you have your high self is that is your transformer or your circuit breaker to step down the intelligence of the universe seeking to give itself to you, but at the level that you can handle it, at the level that you can actually absorb it, become more consciously aware of it, therefore become more in love with it, therefore become more appreciative of it, and we become a place where love and gratitude, ooh, look how simple it gets, where love and gratitude begin to multiply because our awareness is expanding. Now, when love and gratitude begin to multiply and your awareness expands, all that comes with it, meaning good and more good, a greater capacity to receive the good, a greater capacity to align with the good, to harmonize with the good, and to flow with the river so that that good is constantly expanding in you. Your vista is getting greater, your understanding is getting greater, and therefore the good in your life is getting richer and more profound and easier. And we release that which no longer serves, and we begin to continue to rise up in this divine self and honor the fact that you were born of love, that you might discover joy and laughter and freedom and wholeness and peace and poise and power and grace and all of the qualities of the divine, which are eternal and always available. Releasing that part of the spectrum that no longer serves us. We're not destroying anything. We're just no longer activating that. We're no longer attracting that which no longer serves us into our life, fear and doubt and anxiety and lack and limitation. We no longer choose to be dwelling there, therefore no longer participating in that circle, allowing the full spectrum to be present as we rise up into a greater degree of livingness. How does that sound? You're watching Coffee with Casper. We're available at newthought.com under the social media section. We're available on Facebook. We're available on YouTube. And what we're wanting is more and more people who are identifying with the all good that is the truth of the one, the truth of that which is God, that which is source, that which is substance, that which is the giver of all life, love, and beauty, and to begin to align consciously with that, to begin to use our awareness to expand and to grow by putting our attention on having fun living and communing with that which brings forth the great good and the great blessing. And we turn into a place of spontaneous love in our world, reaching out to those we know and love, every kind of sentient being that we're in relationship with, dogs and cats and goats and horses and lizards and alligators, and just depending on where your consciousness, birds and you name it. We commune with all of life, plants and trees and flowers. We begin to be a place where the flow of life, the love of life, the beauty of life, the joy of life, the freedom of life is moving in us and as us and through us, and we're aware of it. And in being aware of it, we are automatically sharing our praise and gratitude and thanksgiving. And when we begin to move toward that place of praise and joy and thanksgiving and conscious awareness of the good, then we're beginning to multiply that good. The more we are consciously aware of the good, the more we honor the good, the more we give praise and thanks for the good, the more that good multiplies in our lives. We are born to have fun living, to consciously commune with the power that is within and around us, and to grow and expand forever. So as we begin to live in a place where we are, my friend the Reverend Dr. Christian Sorensen said it this way: it begins with God. We begin to have a love of Source and a direct communion with Source through our prayers and meditations. The next level out is family, and we begin to share in that communion with the divine as we're actively engaged in interaction with our family, and in my case, that's several generations of family, praise God, my children and grandchildren and my siblings. All of us are alive and well, and my nieces and nephews, and we allow that love and that belonging to be touched by everyone in our family. And then the next level is our chosen family. Those would be our friends. So we have this energy moving out from us, first in God, second in family, third in friends, which is our chosen family, and then the next level is our community. Who are we identifying with? And here on Coffee with Casper, we are identifying with the light workers. Oh, welcome John from Hawaii. We got a couple of Hawaiians with us today. We're glad you're here from the islands, and you're up early and at it. I bet it's a beautiful day as we're coming toward the last part of summer as far as the children is concerned. They are all starting school next week here in California. So we're in the home stretch of the freedom of summer. We're probably liable to get some of this summer weather for a while yet to come. So again, let's just keep it simple today. We want to have fun living. One of the best ways to have fun living is noticing whether you're having fun. And the other good way to have fun living is to pay attention and move in the direction of that which will be fun for you. That sounds fun. That looks enjoyable. That sounds interesting. I'd like to participate in those activities that will bring forth more joy, and to do it consciously. We're born to have fun living. And then in the fun, I'll give you an example. We have a little power boat, which is fast enough to pull a tube behind it, like a water ski thing, but it's just a flat tube. They call that tubing. It's very popular in lakes and in bays and around the world. And so when we decided we were going to buy the tube, we were buying the tube so that we could take the grandkids out on the tube. And then, so you plant this seed idea. This sounds like it will be fun. And then you move into the manifestation of the material, in this case, the actual boat and the tube itself and the line that pulls the tube and all of the parts in it and the flag to raise the tube so that you can pull people safely behind the boat. And then you're into the fulfillment of the dream, which is the grandkids are out there laughing and carrying on and splashing in the water and bouncing on the tube and having a joyous old time. And it was the whole purpose of moving forward is to intention yourself toward the fun, toward the joy. And then when you're in that joy, you cannot help but be filled with praise and thanksgiving. You're just so grateful that this divine idea, this intention to have fun, turns out to be fun. And then you're in the gratitude of it, and you're sharing the joy of it in the living moment of the now with God and with those in your presence and with the atmosphere all around you and with the law of the circle, which is receiving the impress of your consciousness and then causing this level of joy to be multiplied in your experience and to come to you in new and different ways, and the ways that you've already known and the ways you've yet to know, right? Because we're growing and expanding, and our capacity to have fun is increasing. And this is our opportunity to purpose ourselves to find joy in the world, to look beyond the pain and suffering, to be a place where the light of lights is shining, the joy of joys is moving through you, the attitude of gratitude is part of who you are, and this begins to multiply in your experience, so much so that it even affects your family and your friends and your community, because you're making a difference in the world. Everybody watching Coffee with Casper is awakening to the positive power of the light within them and bringing that light forth into the world. If you have found anything valuable in this video today, we invite you to share it anywhere you can, electronically, digitally. Click on YouTube, click on Facebook, click on LinkedIn, click onto your groups. Share it. Let's get more and more people participating in the forward, positive, joyful gift of life that is the truth, so that we can heal, uplift, and cleanse and release that which is no longer serving the race and move in to a new dimension of human possibility and to the fulfillment of the long-time promise, peace on earth and goodwill toward all humankind. This is our opportunity, and you are one of the carriers of this light in the world. You are honored, you are appreciated, and who you are makes a difference. It's been my pleasure to be with you on this Tuesday. We'll be back next Tuesday on Coffee with Casper, and until we meet again, we invite you to go in the light, as the light, and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. Make this day and this week a great and wonderful week, and we will see you next week on Coffee with Casper. Do yourself a favor. Have fun living. Consciously commune with the presence that is within and around you, and allow yourself to grow and expand the good in your life at every level. Bye for now. We'll see you next week. Here comes Casper. We'll see you next week on Coffee with Casper.